morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I will explain you about how are the underground economy levels in Indonesia. Before that, I will introduce myself. My name is Marhama from Universitas Diponegoro, Semarang, Indonesia. Underground economy is an inseparable part of the economic activities of most countries. Underground economy is a problem faced by many countries, both developed and developing countries, and is generally difficult to detect because the actors of this activity try to avoid government surveillance. Underground economy activities are generally separate from the supervision of the tax authorities so that the potential for state revenue from tax obligation arising from underground economic activities is lost. In calculating the size of the underground economy, difficulties are still found because there is no consensus on the concept of the underground economy itself. In addition, actors in the underground economy generally do not want to be known and hide their identities. Minimizing the size of the underground economy needs to be done to effectively address the problem of tax avoidance and the subsequent fiscal deficit in the long term. Underground economy is the production of goods and services, both legal and illegal, that have been missed from the calculations of gross domestic product. Illegal activity is an illegal market where goods and services are purchased, traded, and consumed illegally to that are not detected by the government. This activity is said to be illegal because it's not legally justified. Meanwhile, legal activities that are included in the underground economy are in the form of reproduction of goods and services that are legal but are intentionally kept behind closed doors for several reasons, including first, to avoid paying tax, second, to avoid paying social protection contribution, third, avoiding established standards such as minimum wage, maximum working hours, and safety standards, and the last, to avoid agreeing to prescribed administrative procedures. From the problem, this study aims to analyze the value of the underground economy in Indonesia and the potential lost tax due to the underground economy. The research method is quantitative study, and the data used in this study are secondary data from quarterly time series for the period 2016 to 2019 sourced from Bank Indonesia, the Directorate General of Tax, Ministry of Finance, and also the Central Statistics Agency. For the variables in this paper are first, total currency, second, tax expense, third, opportunity cost, fourth, inflation, fifth, financial innovation and banking development, and the last, gross domestic product. The analysis technique used in this study is multiplier linear regression analysis, which is estimated using the ordinary square method. In the initial stage, estimation is carried out to determine the size of the underground economy in the study period. Furthermore, based on the estimation results, the amount of tax potentially in the underground economy is determined. On these slides, we can see where C is the amount of currency, tax is the amount of the tax burden, O is this opportunity cost, F is inflation, H is financial innovation and banking development, Y is the value of GDP, E is error, beta is the value of the coefficient and this period of time. For the result, we can see on the table, the tax burden variable has a probability value of 0.0034, which means that this variable has a significant effect on the demand for currency in Indonesia. while the coefficient on the tax burden of 0.580520 indicates that when there is an increase in the tax burden of 1 unit, it will increase the demand for currency by 0.580520, assuming ceteris paribus. For the opportunity cost variable represented by interest rate has a probability value of 0.3578, which means that this variable does not have a significant effect on the demand for currency in Indonesia. Meanwhile, the coefficient of the opportunity cost of negative 0.01282 indicates that when there is an increase in the interest rate of 1 unit, it will reduce the demand for currency by 0.012852 with this assumption of ceteris paribus. And then next, the inflation variable has a probability value of, and third, the variable of financial innovation, and for the gross domestic product variable has a probability value of 0.0067, which means that this variable has a significant effect on the demand for currency in Indonesia. Meanwhile, the coefficient on GDP of 0.832924 indicates that when there is an increase in GDP of 1 unit, it will reduce the demand for currency by 0.832924, assuming ceteris paribus. For the next underground economy measurement, table to explain that during the 2016 until 2019 period, the amount of currency used in the overall economy in Indonesia ranges from 3.5 billion to 4.6 billion, or an average of around 39 billion in each quarter. Of the total currency in calculation, approximately 89.2% represented the amount of currency used in the official economy. The amount of currency used in the underground economy real range from 339 billion to 499 billion, or an average of around 427 per quarter. Based on the percentage, the amount of currency in the underground economy is equivalent to 9.8% of the total currency in circulating in the community. For the next, based on table 3, it can be explained that the nominal value of underground economy in Indonesia during the 2016 until 2019 period is between 475 billion to 750 billion, or with an average of 627 billion per quarter, or equivalent to 17.65% of nominal GDP. The value of the underground economy is classified as low because in the study it only tries to see the relationship between the tax burden on the underground economy. And then next, for the result of underground economy tax potential, we can see in the table 4, so that the potential for loss tax due to underground economy activities in Indonesia during the 2016 until 2019 period shows an increasing trend. In 2016, the potential tax loss was around 1.229 billion to 1.375 billion. However, in 2017, it began to increase to 1.399 billion to 1.521 billion. The increase in the value of the potential tax continues to increase until the end of 2019, which means that the potential for the tax revenue is also reduced due to the existence of underground economy activities. For the last conclusion, in this paper there are three conclusions are the nominal value of the underground economy in Indonesia during the 2016 until 2019 period was between 475 billion to 750 billion, or an average of 627 billion per quarter, or equivalent to 17.65% of nominal GDP. The value of the underground economy is classified as low because in the study it only tries to see the relationship between the tax burden on the underground economy. The second, the potential for lost tax due to underground economic activities in Indonesia during the 2016 until 2019 period saw an increased trend. In 2016, the potential tax loss was around 1.22 billion to 1.395 billion. However, in 2019, it began to increase to 1.366 billion to 1.521 billion. The increase in the value of the potential tax continues to increase until the end of 2019, which means that the potential for state revenue is also reduced due to underground economic activities. And the last, the underground economy level in Indonesia is still high due to the many unidentified economic crimes. The level of the underground economic needs to be explored so that the potential for lost tax from the underground economy can be suppressed so as to increase state revenue. Stakeholders, both government and society, need to work together to reduce underground economic activities for the sake of common. I think my presentation is enough. Thank you for your nice attention and see you.